evening and welcome to Canal Algérie's Midnight 30 Bulletin. To the headlines. General of the Army Saïd Chingrihad, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, praises the crucial role of the National Gendarmerie in maintaining public safety, protecting individuals and properties, as well as fighting organized crime and cybercriminality on a working and inspection visit to the National Gendarmerie Command. This weekend's special report focuses on the efforts of associations and volunteers to organize group iftars for those in need during the holy month of Ramadan. Lastly, we head to the Opera of Algiers for different artistic performances by the band Jafra alongside the ballet of Algiers Opera, reflecting the inherent Palestinian identity and the abundant Palestinian heritage. Welcome again. First in our news, and during a work and inspection visit to the National Gendarmerie's command, the General of the Army, Saïd Chingrihad, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, warned in his speech against subversive organizations that use developed technologies means for spying and subversion purposes to create situations of crisis and chaos. Manal Amani with the details.
After the welcoming ceremony made by General Yahya Ali Wilhaj, commander of the National Gendarmerie, the General of the Army Saïd Chingrihad observed at the entrance of the headquarters of the command a moment of silence in the memory of martyr Al-Arbi bin Mahidi, whose name is borne by the headquarters, and laid a wreath of flowers before his commemorative stela, before reciting the Fatiha in his and our valiant martyrs' memories. During the orientation meeting he held with the executives and staff, the General of the Army delivered a speech via video conference, which was broadcasted throughout all the units of this army, in which he highlighted the sensitive nature of the missions assigned to National Gendarmerie Corps, underlining that the National Gendarmerie is entrusted with numerous and sensitive missions, the most important of which consists of maintaining public order, protecting people and properties, the freedom of movement, and the fight against organized crime, a field in which the National Gendarmerie made great strides, namely in terms of acquiring advanced technical processes and forensic sciences. The General of the Army added that the protection of our land borders and the control of whatever may affect the security and integrity of our national territory, such as illegal immigration and smuggling activities, as well as drug trafficking, which are also part of their missions. It is a role that is considered highly vital, especially in our sub-region's particular context. The General of the Army warned against subversive organizations, while the National Gendarmerie is also reporting encouraging results in the field of the fight against cybercriminality, since cyberspace became a scene for organized crime and attacks on government sites. Within this context, subversive organizations are taking advantage of the developed technological means, considered as dangerous arms, used for spying and subversion purposes, particularly targeting sensitive governmental information systems, in order to create situations of crisis and chaos, and to break the close link between the people and their institutions. Regarding the nature of the aforementioned challenges, the Chief of Staff reiterated that it is the duty of the National Gendarmerie, both men and women, to ensure the accomplishment of their vital missions and to continuously work to strengthen relations with citizens whose trust in state institutions is essential for the success of all actions, to which they grant great importance. The General of the Army also gave a number of guidelines and instructions, reiterating that it is their responsibility to coordinate with colleagues under various security corps and units of the National People's Army in order to redouble efforts and to show more vigilance, to defeat any malicious intent, and to take all the necessary measures to ensure total security through the national territory, to serve the highest interests of the country. At the end, the General of the Army, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, Saïd Chingrihad, held a meeting with the executives of the commandment of the National Gendarmerie, where he followed an extensive exhibition presented by the commander of the National Gendarmerie on the general assessment of the National Gendarmerie's activities, especially regarding multifaceted organized crime, securing national borders, as well as the development plan of this vital command.
In other news, the ambassador of Algeria to France, Said Moussi, conducted on Saturday an inspection visit to the different services of the Consulate General of Algeria in Paris. This visit was devoted to listen to the concerns of our national community in France regarding the consular services during the holy month of Ramadan. This week's special report focuses on the different images of solidarity during the holy month. Our reporter Badia Amran accompanied different associations, namely Red Crescent and Nas Al Khair, in the process of preparing iftars for those in need. In this story commented by Rania Al-Bahri.
They are volunteers in several humanitarian organizations. They dedicated their time to help others in this holy month of Ramadan. The Algerian Red Crescent, the oldest humanitarian institution in Algeria, has dozens of restaurants across the country to serve hot meals at iftar time. The Algerian Red Crescent has launched a very large solidarity operation, the largest operation in its history, with the operation of more than 300 restaurants across the national territory and meal distribution points. There are families who want to eat at their homes, so we have focused more on take-out meals with regard to the distribution of food parcels. We have exceeded 50,000 food parcels across the national territory. In this Red Crescent Center in Riba municipality, a space is reserved for the volunteers to prepare the various dishes. It's all around Najia, the cook, to be on time for iftar. In her kitchen, she adds the necessary ingredients. I work as volunteer. We learn a lot of things, and above all, we support others. I have been at the Red Crescent since 2017, but this is the first time that I have worked as a volunteer in Ramadan. It was my dream since my childhood. The same atmosphere prevailed on the west side of Algiers. This member of the association, Nas Al Khair, invites us into his kitchen to make us discover his preparation and the dish of the day. I started volunteering in 2015 until today. The spirit of volunteering is the teamwork, sharing, and the love of Algeria. We accompanied these volunteers outside an hour before iftar, while the young people were serving the boxes. As part of our Rahma program and our Rana Nanjib Lek Taftar project, the COVID crisis has pushed us to find a solution to protect public health. We have installed a distribution point at Journalism University. More than 300 dishes are distributed per day. Many humanitarian associations organize themselves during the sacred month. This solidarity is also manifested on social networks through collectives and groups with the same objective: to draw a smile on the faces of those who are in need during this sacred month.
In the same context, almost 2,000 people gathered on Friday around the group iftar in the center of Algiers as part of the solidarity program drawn on the occasion of this special month. This event also witnessed the presence of tourists who expressed their joy with this unique atmosphere. Sabrin Tafrigini will give us the details.
For the first time since the COVID pandemic, the collective iftar in Algiers streets is back. According to the organizers, 2,000 people came to break their fast in this 500 meters long table. All I can see is the solidarity of the people. We are all gathered here and we will eat. I thank the local authorities for this organization. Everyone is happy and share good vibes.
Donc tout le monde est là, chez les familles, les enfants.
Here, the preparations started at 10 a.m. Men and women took the initiative to serve these people various traditional Algerian dishes prepared especially for this occasion. And among all these guests, we spotted tourists who obviously didn't miss such event.
Well, we came here on holiday for a few days and during Ramadan, and we didn't know what to expect. But so far we came down this road because we heard this road is a very beautiful road, and we were very surprised that there's long tables along here, and everyone has been so kind to us, and welcoming and asking us to eat with them, and that's what we're going to do in a few minutes.
I think it's very nice to shut the street. You know, you've got all the people together. It's very nice to bring the community, especially after a long day of fast, you know. So very good to do that. Sasha, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's amazing for the community, and it's great that every Friday you shut off the street and get everyone involved, and you also welcome us in, which is amazing as well. Everyone's been very friendly.
The dates, the caramelised dates, and prawn gratin as well. And also, yeah, it was all very nice, all very rich. It's very rich food, very rich country as well, as in terms of culture, you know.
Algerians always prove their uniqueness and charming vibes to the world. The event continued in a festive atmosphere in Algiers' streets.
In new developments in the occupied Palestinian territories, a Palestinian young man was injured by shots by the Zionist occupation, in addition to dozens of cases of suffocation during clashes in Al Arub camp north of Hebron. The Zionist occupation forces tightened their security and military measures in the northern occupied West Bank and in the vicinity of Nablus governorate, while international condemnations of the continuous Zionist attacks on worshippers in the Holy Mosque of Al-Aqsa continue. The Palestinian Jafra, alongside the Ballet of Algiers Opera, organized a combination of performances reflecting the Palestinian heritage and the fight and struggle of its people. The show also displayed the rich Algerian heritage. Sabrin Taferginid with the details.
This is how our Palestinian brothers started their show. Here, in the Opera of Algiers, the Palestinian Dabka was present, a performance that combined both Algerian and Palestinian traditional dances. We are representing our identity and expressing our resistance in this dance. This combination of Dali Jafra, which aims to reflect their heritage, and Algiers Opera mesmerized the public with their performances. It was great. It reflected the Palestinian culture and the Algerian heritage. These performances of the traditional Algerian dances alongside Palestinian ones took place in a heartwarming atmosphere and reflected the love that these two peoples have for each other.
That was all for tonight's news. Thank you so much for watching.